People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
And good evening. Welcome to the Raleigh Cheese Pregame Show. We're bringing you a Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school basketball. It's boys action in the Six Rivers Western Conference here on YouTube, presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Rob Spangler coming to you live from Belmont tonight on our Raleigh Cheese Pregame Show. At the intersections of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Well, coming up on our pregame show, we're going to visit with both head coaches. First, the visiting head coach for the River Ridge Timberwolves, Dan Morris. They come in at 10-6 on the year, 6-3 in Six Rivers Conference play. And, of course, Bo Books, the head coach of the number 5 ranked in Division 5 boys basketball, Belmont Braves, who are 15-1 on the year and 9-1, all alone in first place in the Six Rivers Western Conference. Right now, we're going to check in with our first interview of the night, though. That's coming up next as we talk to Dan Morris. Again, he's the coach of the River Ridge Timberwolves. We join him next here on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, which is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and Laley Center in Monroe. Welcome back to the Raleigh Cheese Pregame Show. Rob Spangler joined by Dan Morris, head coach for the River Ridge Timberwolves. Timberwolves coming into a hostile environment. The number 5 team in Division 5, the Belmont Braves. A team coach you've already seen this year. Relatively close game, though, less than double figures. But, what were your thoughts on that first matchup back on January 8th and the rematch here tonight?
Yeah, a game that meant a lot more to us than the score when we think about it, and kind of reflect back on that game. Close game at the end as far as the score indicates, but we were up by 18 at one point in the second half. So when we look at that game, we look at the great start that we had, and then just not being able to keep that up in the second half. In the second half of that game, Belmont really dialed up their pressure, and I think that really forced us away from some of the things that we would normally want to do with our offense. I think we started to freelance just a little bit too much, certainly turned the ball over. We had some early kind of bad shots early in possessions. And then they, just started making their shots, because they're a good team. So, we look at that first matchup and go, man, we had them on the ropes. We were up 18 at home. We were feeling pretty good. And then, we had a 10-minute stretch where we made one field goal and didn't do ourselves any favors in that game. So we look at that. We know that we did a lot of good things. We can point to a lot of good things that we did, and we're looking forward to the rematch.
Yeah, you bet. Now, this conference, everybody says – their conference is the best. But when it comes to small schools, you look at the top half of this conference, and it is just brutal. And you guys are still in the mix at 6-3, and you come in off a win over Schulzberg. So I know maybe conference championship maybe is out of reach at this point, but you're still in the mix. How do you see the rest of the race? Yeah,
well, the way we look at it is we would need some help, obviously. You talked about, just how good this conference is, mid to top. Obviously Belmont at the top. Potosi Cassville has proven themselves again this year. We're right there too. And then a team like Schulzberg, who we had to scratch and claw to fight out a victory against them last week. They were up 18 against Belmont earlier this season and lost a heartbreaker for them. So, Schulzberg is a team that's capable of beating anyone. So, from our perspective, if we're looking at still a conference championship, obviously we need to, win our games that we play. We got Belmont tonight. We play Potosi Cassville one more time. We have another big non-conference game against Pecatonica that we got to get, or a big conference game from the East against Pecatonica. There's a good Argyle team that we got to face. We take care of business. All right, we can feel good about ourselves there, but we would need some help from Schulzberg. Schulzberg would need to get a win over Belmont and Potosi, which I think they're certainly capable of doing. And I think that speaks to how good the conference is this year, where, a team like that can upset the apple cart with just about anybody.
And of course, playoff seeding. Every game is a battle for, getting as good a seed as you possibly can, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, we're at the point of the season where, you're looking at, conference standings and things like that, but you're thinking about playoff seeding and just, all right, we're going to get that home game. What's our matchup going to be like? Because the regional that we're going to be in is going to be pretty tough for everybody involved. There's not going to be much of a cakewalk for anybody to get through our regional at all. So we're looking at that. We want to definitely stack successes. We want to get some good wins. Beating a team like this tonight that beat us earlier, that we feel like we can, go toe-to-toe with again, would feel pretty good, and certainly help our situation with any sort of playoff seeding as well. So a big game for us, big game for them too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We look forward to a good one, and like you said, your team showed its mettle that first go around. I think we're in for a good one tonight, Coach.
I think so. Well, if you've been following us, they've all been good ones. It's been every game's been about a heartbeat away from just about anything happening. So we've played a ton of close games. Fortunately, now we're starting to tick on the side where we're starting to come out on top on some of those games, and hopefully we put ourselves in a position to have a good outcome tonight for us.
You bet. Coach Dan Morris, thank you for your time, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rob. Appreciate the coverage.
You bet. Dan Morris with River Ridge joining us on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. More after this.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, welcome back to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. The Belmont Braves hosting the River Ridge Timberwolves in a Six Rivers Conference battle. It's the second go-round for these two clubs. Belmont, of course, ranked 5th in the state in Division 5, which is pretty awesome. We're joined by their head coach, Bo Books. Bo, have to be pleased with how the boys are playing this year, huh?
Yeah, it's been a fun year to see the grind and see the growth as we've gone. And, we've had a couple games where, we dug ourselves in holes in that run and we're able to find a way to win those. And so that leads you to, being 15-1, having a chance to be ranked, and is a thing that hasn't happened in a long time here in Belmont for the boys team.
No doubt. 10 wins in a row since the lone loss, which was against Barneveld earlier this year. Now, you have played River Ridge already. That was a game back on January 8th. You guys won that 68-60. What are some things maybe you took away from that game, that first matchup with the Timberwolves?
Well, yeah, that game we dug ourselves in a hole in the first half, and at halftime I asked the boys, are you afraid to throw it all out there? I think the River Ridge, we hadn't beaten them in 10 years. And so our kids see their jersey and we're a little bit intimidated. And obviously River Ridge is a very, very good basketball team on top of that. So I was proud that our kids responded that second half. And I think they just went out and their goal was to outwork them. And they clawed their way back, and somehow we got that. It was a big win for us that night.
Absolutely. Now, you guys have 9 conference wins, which is 2 more than the second-place team, Potosi-Cassville. But, of course, with the one loss, that being the crossover Barneveld game, it's still technically anybody's conference. So, you guys have to battle, obviously, not a lot of room for error the rest of the way this season, is there?
No, there's no room for error, and the conference is very, very solid, and anyone's capable of getting anyone on a given night. So I keep reminding our boys that the next game, the next play is the most important. And so, yeah, this is a big one tonight. River Ridge is a good team, and playing at home, we hope we come out and play our best basketball tonight.
You bet. Coach, hey, thanks for your time. Best of luck tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
You bet. Bo Books, head coach for the Belmont Braves, 5th-ranked team in Division 5 boys basketball. And we'll be back after this timeout here on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show as we wrap up tonight. Rob Spangler from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House broadcast booth. It's presented by Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, visit Ayers Furniture and ayersfurniture.com. Time for the starting lineup, brought to you by Fuller's Milker Center. Fuller's, their complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup. or existing parlor remodel, Fuller's in Lancaster Richland Center and at fullersmilkercenter.com. First for the visiting River Ridge Timberwolves, who come in at 10-6, 6-3 in Six Rivers Conference play, in third place behind Belmont and Potosi Cassville. Their starters, number 0, Brandon Davis, a 5'11 senior. Number 1, Cameron Reynolds. He is a 6-foot junior. Also, number 2, Brock Bungie. He is a 5'11 senior. Number 3, Reese Drew, a 5'11 senior. And finally, number 11, Noah Copsey. He is a 5'11 junior. Head coach, of course, is Dan Morris. And now the starters for the Belmont Braves, the number 5 ranked team in Division 5 boys basketball, according to Bound Wisconsin. Braves are 15-1, 9-1, all alone in the Six Rivers Western Conference, in first place. Their starters, number 3, Ian Austin, a 6'3 senior. Number 11, Wyatt Temperley, a 6'2 sophomore. Number 22, Boone Havens, a 5'11 sophomore. Number 23, Logan Kress, a 5'11 senior. And finally, number 42, Thomas Freeman, a 6'6 sophomore. Those are the starting lineups. We take you to center court for the opening tip. It's going to be Freeman jumping against Brandon Davis. And the opening tip won by Freeman and the Braves. Colors of the game brought to you. Oh, here's a steal right off the bat and a layup, but it's no good. Missing from point-blank range, Cameron Reynolds after a steal for River Ridge. Still scoreless. As I was about to say, the colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. And here's a baseline J up and good by Boone Havens. First bucket of the game, 2-0. Belmont. Belmont in their home white uniforms. Black numbers, orange and black trim. Wow, what a rejection underneath by Thomas Freeman on Davis. Ball caroms out of bounds off of Davis. It'll stay Belmont basketball. As I was saying, the colors of the game for Ridge, they're in all black with purple numbers, white outlines, and purple lettering on the front of the jerseys with purple stripes down the side, but mostly a blackout look. Pretty sharp. Those are your colors of the game. No injuries to report. Good news on that front. Our injury report brought to you by Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and get you the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Freeman posting up, lost the handle. Braves kick it to the corner. Kress for 3, too strong. Rebound boarded up by Cameron Reynolds. Thanks for joining us tonight on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Davis crossover, but he lost the handle on the drive. That was a beautiful crossover move, but then lost the handle. Might have been poked away. Braves come away with it. Here's a quick pass inside to Freeman. Over the double team. Soft hands, puts it in for 2. Thomas Freeman now with his first bucket, and we're tied up, the score now 4-0 Belmont. Here's a quick up and under shot, no good by Noah Copsey. And Ridge is one and done as Belmont comes quickly back up the floor. 16:15 to go, first half. It's the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Rob Spangler bringing you the action from the Ayers Furniture best seat in the house. Here in Belmont, it is a great seat. Elevated view. Looking down on the gym, love this spot. Here comes a 3 by Temperley. Splish, splash, it's good. 7-0, Belmont off to a hot start to begin this game. The Braves defeated Ridge earlier, 68-60. The Braves defeated River Ridge 68-60 in their earlier season matchup. Here's a 3 from the corner by Davis, no good. Rebound to Wyatt Temperley. And again, one and done for the Timberwolves. Back the other way, Temperley, he'll stop and pop another 3. This one's no good. Kress tried to get the rebound, but it's corralled underneath instead by Reese Drew. A quick outlet pass, and here's a pull-up on the other end. It's no good. Brock Bungie, put-back attempt is no good. We have a whistle and a foul on the rebound. It's on Brandon Davis of River Ridge. So Belmont keeps possession. They did get that rebound. Taking the inbound pass is Kress. A little full court press now by the T-Wolves. Belmont able to break. Up to Freeman. Now a three. Right wing, good. It's Boone Havens from downtown. And all of a sudden, 10-0. Belmont off to a hot start over River Ridge to begin this Six Rivers Conference boys basketball game here on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And we have a pause in the action while timeout is taken on the court. We'll thank some of our sponsors. They include Community First Bank, first for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Also, McNett Electric of Belmont. They can assist you with all of your electrical needs, whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential. Chip and the crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to assist you when you need help. McNett Electric of Belmont. Clare Bank has 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Back to action. Davis drives the lane. Cut off. Kicks it out. Three-pointer. Left wing. Off the front of the rim. No good by Bungie. Offensive board. Back out to Davis. Top of the key three. He hits it. First bucket of the game. A three-pointer for Brandon Davis. For the Timberwolves, they finally score with 14:36 to play here in this first half. Belmont up 10-3. Braves have it. Top of the key, Freeman gives it off to Kress. He's going to drive left side, spins, has it stripped away. Davis poked that one free. And now Davis in transition controls for the Timberwolves. Gives it up, head of the wheel to Reese Drew. Now driving the lane, throwing up the shot. Missing, but drawing the foul was Brock Bungie. So Bungie will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul committed by Logan Kress, his first. Team's first. First free throw is up and good by Brock Bungie. His first point of the game. The score now, 10-4, good buddy. Breaker 1-9. Belmont leading by 6. Second free throw falls as well. That makes it 10-5. No CB radio jokes. Pushing the ball up the floor, it is Havens. Now they rotate it up quickly up the floor to Kress. Top of the key, Griffin McNett, who just subbed in a moment ago for Belmont. Now Havens for 3. From the corner, it's no good. Freeman, nice rebound underneath. Saves it from going out. Now to McNett, top of the key. That's a 3 off the back iron. It hits the cable above the hoop, which means it's out of bounds. So it will be River Ridge basketball. 10-5, Belmont leading Ridge. Six Rivers Conference Boys Hoops here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Rob Spangler with you tonight. Dribble drive by Davis. Rejected by Thomas Freeman. Boy, that is, Davis just shakes his head and, that's like driving into a brick wall. It ain't going to end well. Now Wyatt Temperley down the lane. It is tied up by Davis, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow favors River Ridge. Timberwolves making a substitution here off the bench. Jackson White checks in. He'll come in for Reese Drew. 10-5, Belmont leading by 5, 13:24 to go first half. Off the inbound pass, taking it here, Cameron Reynolds into the front court, stops top of the key, almost traveled. Passes it off right side to Copsey. Now a penetration drive, another block. That's the third block of the game by Freeman. And now here's a foul. Freeman altered that shot, but some body contact. It's Jackson White who will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. And already you have to think, if you're River Ridge, the intimidation factor of trying to take it in low on Thomas Freeman is high. 3 blocks already for Thomas Freeman. He is a big individual. 6'6" really doesn't do it justice. Both free throws fall. And the score is now 10-7. So just a 3-point lead for Belmont. Off a screen. Dribbling off of it, that was Boone Havens. Back to Freeman. He'll drive the lane. His shot is blocked. That's Davis who climbed the ladder to make that block. Back the other way. Nice dish and another block. This one is Logan Kress rejecting the Jack White layup attempt. Belmont has it back. Spin move. Havens in the lane. Head fake. Puts it up. Missed it. Gets his own miss. Kicks it out to Kress. Kress loses a handle for a moment. Back out to Temperley. Top of the key. Back to Kress. Now they get it inside to Freeman. Too strong. That pass is picked off by Davis. 10-7. Belmont by 3. River Ridge chance to tie or, well, pull within 1 on this possession if they get a 2. Inside to Davis, spin, fade away, front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Havens. Davis thought he got fouled. 2-on-1 the other way. Tipped to Wyatt Temperley, and he spins and puts it in for 2. His second field goal, or first regular field goal. He has a 3 as well, 5 points for him. 12-7, Belmont. Now a jab step to the cup. Finger roll layup good by Brandon Davis. No block that time. The lane had opened up for Davis. 12-9. River Ridge trailing Belmont here with 11:29 to go first half. Six Rivers Conference Showdown. Belmont, the number 5 team in the state in Division 5. They're 15-1. Here comes the dribble drive by Havens. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Jack White of River Ridge. Now to Davis. He's looking to go to the rack. Another layup, good. Brandon Davis finding some cracks in that Belmont D, making it a 1-point game, 12-11. A full timeout is taken on the court. And we will keep it here. We want to thank some of our fine sponsors, including Southwest Health, over 24 specialty services, more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Also, Lely Center in Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center, Monroe. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld, Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Edward Jones, Reeves Wealth Management of Platteville, also Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. Century 21 affiliated Boscobel. See Bobby, Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. And Anytime Roofing. Visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help you with your next roofing or siding project. Rob Spangler from Belmont High School tonight. Back-to-back nights I've been here, actually. Last night was here for the Cuba City at Belmont girls game. This game tonight, though, a YouTube-only stream. Thanks for joining us on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 12-11. Belmont leading by 1. Braves have it. Here comes a pull-up jumper by McNett. Back iron, no good. Ball tipped around. Davis, the rebound for Ridge. Quick pass ahead to Jack White. Now kicks it out left side. The lane, Copsey in the lane. Off the window, scoring. Cameron Reynolds, his first bucket. Tough shot. Used his body to shield out Thomas Freeman. Gets the points, and Ridge has their first lead with 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. 13-12. Here comes a pass down low, posting up Chase Rickers. Ball tied up. They call jump ball. Possession arrow favors Belmont. So the Braves will inbound baseline right, and throwing it in, it is Griffin McNett. And gets it into Freeman. Freeman backs down in the lane, missed it. Rickers gets the rebound. He's double teamed. Now back out to Freeman. Freeman back to Rickers. Two big guys on the corner. Not exactly where you want them to be. Now pass underneath the Boone, and it's tied up. Another jump ball. Boone Havens had it tied up. Good defense. Jack White, I believe, tied that up, and it'll be River Ridge basketball the other way. Timberwolves lead it 13-12. Couple subs coming in off the bench here for River Ridge in a moment. Davis will bring the ball up the floor for the Timberwolves. He controls it way outside. Passes it off to the left wing. Cameron Reynolds. Cross-court pass to Davis. Now deep in the corner. Copsey for 3. It's no good. Rebound, ripped down. Shot rejected on the putback by Cameron Reynolds. Rickers with a block there. We've had a bit of a block party in this first half. Here's a pull-up jumper, and it's good. Boone Havens. He now has 7 points. Pull-up mid-range jumper on the right side there, 14-13. Belmont back on top. 9:08 to go. And now a steal in the lane. Thomas Freeman steals it away. Quickly up the floor. It's Wyatt Temperley. Temperley back down to Freeman. Spin move in the lane. Puts it up for 2. The big fella. 16-13. Belmont on top by 3. The thing you love about Thomas Freeman, he's got such agile feet for a big man. Here's a 3 on the other end by Jackson White, excuse me. And bringing the ball up the floor quickly, Boone Havens, left side. He'll control from out near half court. Passes off to Temperley on the right wing. Tie game, 16 apiece. Belmont with possession. River Ridge playing some tough half-court defense. We do have a reach-in foul, though, called. Now, this is on number 21. That's Jackson White. Couple subs come into the game now for the Timberwolves off the bench. It is Brock Bungie and also number 13, Lane Copsey off the inbound. Taking it as Kress in the corner. Three-pointer, Boone Havens, good. His second makes it 19-16. Havens shooting pretty darn well. 10 points for him in the first half already. Here's a errant pass. Davis sailed it, intended for Jackson White. And bringing the ball up the floor, it's Boone Havens for the Braves. Good pressure defense. Passes it off to Kress now, left wing. Top of the key to Temperley. Dishes back off to Havens. Thought about a long-range 3. Gives back to Temperley instead. Crossover from Temperley. Now Kress in the corner for 3. No good. Rickers had it for a moment, then lost the handle. The rebound ends up going to Reese Drew. Quickly up the floor. Copsey for 3. He got it! Lane Copsey. Right wing 3. Tie game again, 19 apiece. 7:10 to go. Here in this first half. Now a 3. Good! From the top of the key by Boone Havens. I think he wanted an and 1 on that too. Maybe a little bit of contact after the 3, but no call. 22-19. Belmont back on top. Braves ranked number 5 in the state in Division 5. Obviously have a bit of a target on their back. Here's a pass to Davis in the lane. A little floater is good. Davis now with 9 points. And weaving through traffic. Switching hands but missing the layup was Boone Havens. That was a nice move until he got to the rim. On the other end, here's a 3-pointer. That is well short by Cameron Reynolds. Rebound to Belmont. 22-21, Belmont by a point, 6:12 to go in the half. Temperley drives in, gives to Havens. Havens dishes out to Freeman. Now wide open, Temperley 3. Top of the key, money. 8 points for Temperley, 25-21. Belmont leading River Ridge, 5:55 to go. And wow, from the parking lot, it's good. Reese Drew answers back. From the top of the key, but then the top of the key. He was way back. Boone Havens brings it up for the Braves, sets up top of the key. Belmont by 1, 25-24. Six Rivers boys basketball on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us tonight. Wyatt Temperley off a screen, dishes off to Rickers. Rickers underneath. Logan Kress post up. He's doubled. Finds the open man, Freeman, for the layup. That was a nice feed by Logan Kress. Way to flash by the big man, Thomas Freeman. Davis stops his dribble out near top of the key. Now they pass it down Underneath, posting up, it's Bungie. Gives it off to Davis. He goes baseline, double teamed, puts up a shot in traffic, missed it, gets his own miss, puts it back up, gets rejected by Rickers that time. Now a three from the top of the key. That one is no good. Fired up by Cameron Reynolds. Rebound goes to Belmont. Boone Havens pushes it up the floor, gives to Temperley, drives in, dishes out. Rickers, three, left wing, off the glass, missed it. Rebound corralled by Reese Drew. Davis, crossover dribble, brings it back up for Ridge. Nice pass underneath to a cutting Brock Bungie, who put it in for two, his first bucket. Still a 1-point game, 27-26 Belmont. Whistle and a foul on Reese Drew, trying to play some tight defense up the court. And Havens, Boone Havens will check out for Belmont. In for him for the first time, or not for the first time, but it's Ian Austin. He actually started the game. And taking the inbound pass, it is Griffin McNett. 27-26, 1-point ball game. Turnover, Wyatt Temperley. Lost it out of bounds. Belmont crowd wanted a foul. Temperley either fell voluntarily or was bumped and pushed. It looked like an apology from Brock Bungie, but no foul. Back the other way, River Ridge gets it down to Bungie, now out top of the key. Here's a three. It is in and out, no good by Drew. Rebound taken by Ian Austin of Belmont. 27-26. Belmont by 1, 3:48 to play first half. Very competitive first half. There's a turnover, though, on Griffin McNett. Lost it out of bounds in front of the Timberwolf bench. McNett will come out. Back in for him, it is Boone Havens. 3:43 to go till halftime. 27-26 Belmont. Freeman almost poked it free and got a steal. Now a three. Jackson White, back iron. It's no good. Ball tipped around. Temperley gets it. Back to Freeman, and now quickly up the floor to Havens. He'll wind up for three. It's good. Boone Havens having himself a monster first half. 4 threes already for Havens. 16 points. Wow, what a half. Underneath, wide open, Jackson White. Shot blocked by Austin. They kick it back out. Another three. This one is good from Brock Bungie. His first three, 5 points for him. 30-29, still a 1-point ball game. Crossing the timeline was Kress there. They give it off to Boone Havens. Havens off a screen. Gives it back to Freeman. Rotates over to Austin, now deep in the corner. Passing it up to Kress. Back out to Austin. Kress. Austin rotates over to Havens. Head fake. Pull up from the free throw line. Good. 15-footer by Boone Havens. 18 first half points by Boone Havens. What a performance. 32-29. Belmont on top. 2:19 to go here in this first half. Belmont, the number 5 rated Division 5 team in the state. What a spin move. Putting it on spin cycle. Noah Copsey, his first bucket of the game. 32-31. Still just a 1-point game. River Ridge answers back every time. They're not only hanging in on this game, but it's razor thin. 32-31 Belmont. Minute 50 to go till halftime. Havens will back up. Working one-on-one against Cameron Reynolds. Stops his dribble, gives it back to Temperley. Braves taking their time on this possession. Temperley, he'll drive in, puts up a shot. It was last touched, I believe, by Noah Copsey. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay Belmont basketball. Davis back in for River Ridge. Back in for Belmont, it is Rickers. And also looks like Griffin McNett checked back in as well. Braves inbound, baseline left, throwing it in. Boone Havens gets it out to McNett near half court. He'll pass it off near side to Havens for three. Back iron, no good. Rickers rebound. Passes back to McNett. Rotates back to Kress. Now to Havens. Crossover. Drives in. Floater. No good, but a foul. 2 shots at the line for Boone Havens. Minute 16 to play here in the first half. 32-31 Belmont. That foul charge to Cameron Reynolds is first, team's fifth. First free throw is up and good by Havens. Havens now at 19 points. This free throw would make it 20 in the half. It's good. 20 points for Boone Havens at halftime. Wow. 34-31. Belmont on top by 3. Davis, fadeaway. Good. What a touch. Man, that is a pure stroke from Brandon Davis. 34-33. 1-point ball game. Again, Belmont on top of Ridge. It's a seesaw battle back and forth. Down the lane, putting it up. Temporally missed it. Ball loose. Rebound corralled by Jackson White. Gets it up to Brandon Davis. He'll walk it up the floor for the Timberwolves. We'll see if they maybe look for the last shot here in the half. 38 seconds left till halftime. No, Davis looking to attack. He spins. He'll fade. He missed it. Rebound. Loose on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Belmont. So the Braves will get it back. They perhaps will get the last shot of the first half. So bringing it up, it's Boone Davis for Belmont. 23 seconds left in the half. Crosses the timeline. Behind the back dribble. Gives it around to McNett. Now over to Logan Kress. 34-33. Belmont by 1. 12 seconds left in the half. Davis over to Temperley. Down to 7 seconds. Temperley. Back to Davis. 3 with 4 seconds. Back iron, no good. Loose. Rebound. Put back by McNett. No good. At the buzzer, hit the back iron and went out. And the score at halftime is 34-33. Belmont leads by the thinnest of margins. A 1-point lead at halftime here on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Rob Spangler from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House. Now, we don't have our traditional commercial breaks to take, but we do want to thank some of our fine sponsors. They include Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville, offering a history of caring and understanding that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory in Platteville. Also, West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz, West End Salvage, for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Hermson's, they're also at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See them for the perfect paint for your next project. That's Hermson's in Bloomington and Platteville. And Russell Law Offices in Platteville and Dodgeville and Cuba City and Darlington. Bryan's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Bryan's get the job done right. For unexpected dings, major repair projects, head to Bryan's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Breckler Insurance Group, for all your insurance needs. See Steve Landusky, Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at wcc-brands.com. Cole Acres Golf and Grill, Cuba City, and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. And Applied Micro, your computer networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, and at appliedmicro.biz. All right, well, we will take another timeout, and we'll be back with our McNett Electric Halftime Report next. Live from Belmont High School. It's 34-33, Belmont leading River Ridge. Six Rivers Conference Boys Basketball on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the McNett Electric Halftime Report. Our halftime score, 34-33, Belmont leading River Ridge in Six Rivers Conference boys basketball here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Time to take a look at our halftime stats, powered by McNett Electric. For all your electrical needs, call McNett Electric of Belmont. Leading the way for the River Ridge Timberwolves, Brandon Davis with 11 points at halftime. Also 7 for Brock Bungie. 5 points for Reese Drew. 3 apiece for Jackson White and Lane Copsey. And 2 apiece for Cameron Reynolds and Noah Copsey. Unofficially had River Ridge for 3 first-half turnovers. Now for Belmont, leading the way, Boone Havens. It has been a boon for Belmont to have Boone Havens out there. 20 first-half points. What a performance. Haven't seen many individual performances like that in person this year. 20 points at halftime for Boone Havens. We'll see if he can keep it up, but that includes 4 3-pointers in the first half, 4 of 6 from downtown. Other scorers, Wyatt Temperley had 8, and Thomas Freeman had 6. And that rounds out scoring for Belmont. Unofficially had them for 3 first-half turnovers as well. So those are your first-half stats, brought to you by McNett Electric, our halftime sponsor. Hey, we want to thank some of our other sponsors, Rundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont, for all your agricultural, commercial, residential needs. Call Rundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont. Game also brought to you by Joe's Overhead Doors. Joe's Overhead Doors in Belmont congratulates the Braves on all their success. That's Joe's Overhead Doors in Belmont. And Seamless Gutters, I should mention. Those are just some of our fine sponsors. We'll take another break. We'll continue the McNett Electric halftime report next. 34-33. Belmont leading River Ridge by 1 at halftime. Boys basketball here on the Queen Bee Radio
State
Sports
Bank is a
YouTube
locally
channel.
owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
All right, at this time, I'd like to announce the winner of our 50-50 raffle for the night. So please take out your tickets. The winner will be taking home $100. The winning ticket is a green ticket, and the numbers are 6, 4, 7, 7, 3, 3. 6, 4, 7, 7, 3, 3. If you are the winner, please come on down.
And welcome back. Time to wrap up the McNett Electric halftime report here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 34-33, our halftime score. Belmont leading River Ridge in a hotly contested game. We'll get to second half action in a moment. Our game brought to you by Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena. Also, Lyle Financial Group. We just got them on today. in Platteville. That's Lyle Financial Group. Dave's Auto Body in Belmont. They offer top quality collision repair, minor automotive repair work, as well as a selection of pre-driven vehicles. Dave's Auto Body in Belmont. And Doan's Auto Care Center. Patrick Doan can assist you with all your vehicle maintenance needs. Batteries, coolant flushes, oil changes, tires, and more. Doan's Auto Center. Patrick Doan in Belmont. Well, we're just about set for second half tip-off. Again, the score, 34-33. Belmont leading River Ridge. Six Rivers Conference boys basketball. The Braves, the number 5 team, according to Bound Wisconsin's rankings in the state in Division 5. They are an impressive 15-1, 9-1 in Six Rivers Conference play, all alone in first. 10 wins in a row. River Ridge, not shabby either, 10-6 on the year, 6-3 in Six Rivers Conference play. They come in off for a hotly contested win over Schulzburg in their most recent game. We're ready. 18 minutes on the second half clock. Inbounding at halftime, it'll be Brandon Davis for the Timberwolves, and we are underway. Controlling the point, it's Copsey, who has it out on the left wing for the Timberwolves. Pass underneath, deflected. Davis saves it. Now kicks it out. Here's a fadeaway jumper. It's too strong by Drew. Rebound. And I think we're going to have a foul charge to the Timberwolves. Looks like it's on Noah Copsey. 5'11 junior picks up the foul. Belmont gets the ball going the other way. 17:41 to play, just underway in the second half. Boone Havens across the timeline, dribbles in right, pull-up jumper, a long one. It's short. Grazed the front of the rim. Rebound goes to River Ridge. Davis weaving through traffic up the floor and sails it out of bounds. That'll be a turnover on River Ridge. Their first of the second half. That last foul, by the way, was on Copsey. It was on Copsey, his first, team's first in the second half. Havens brings it up the floor, gives it off to Logan Kress. Thought about a three, gives it off to Freeman. Back out to Havens. Back to Freeman. Freeman between a double team that parted like the Red Sea, and he lays it up for 2. 8 points for Thomas Freeman. 36-33 Belmont, a 3-point lead. The first half, it would seesaw between a 3-point lead and a 1-point lead throughout most of the first half. And what a drive. What a feed from Brandon Davis to Reese Drew. Slashed down the paint and laid it up for 2. 5 points for him. And now it's 36-35. Guess what? Back to a 1-point game. Thomas Freeman tries to shoot through a double team. No foul called. A lot of contact there. Almost a travel on the other end. River Ridge ball. 3-pointer. No good. Rebound boarded up by Freeman of Belmont. 36-35. Belmont by a point. 16-16 to play in the half. Havens having trouble bringing it up. Some really tight pressure defense from Brock Bungie. Cross-court pass to Freeman. Out on the right wing. Freeman looking for an entry pass. Instead passes top of the key to Kress. Now to Wyatt Temperley. Over to Austin. Back to Austin for 3 on the right wing. Got it! Ian Austin's first 3-pointer of the game. 39-35, a 4-point lead for the Braves. The ball tipped and almost stolen, but hanging on is Copsey. He'll drive the lane, ball deflected. And here comes a pull-up jumper from the baseline. It's no good by Reese Drew. Rebound taken by Freeman. Outlet pass up to Austin. And now Temperley brings it up the floor for the Braves. Off a screen, gives it back to Freeman. Backdoor pass to Kress, lost the handle, gets it back. Now back out to Temperley, rotates to Austin. Head fake, Freeman down Broadway with the layup, good. There should be a semi-truck horn sound when he goes down the lane. Big Diesel, 41-35, Belmont. Now Davis on the other end, pump fakes twice, draws the foul in the low post, out on the left block, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. I know a nickname, at least I've heard thrown around in the NHL circles, hockey circles, is Big Rig, which I don't know if that's Thomas Freeman's nickname, but I'm trying to give it to him right now is what I'm saying. Big Rig. First free throw is no good by Davis. So if you're out there listening in YouTube land, let's make Big Rig a thing for Thomas Freeman. Second free throw does fall, because you do not want to see that semi coming at you. 41-36 Belmont. 14:50 to play. We're in the second half. Here comes the dribble drive by Boone. He has it stripped away. Boone Havens. Now a jumper by Temperley. He missed it. Quick outlet. Jackson White in transition. Layup no good. Might have been partially blocked. Kicks it out. Three-pointer misses everything from Brock Bungie, and the rebound goes to Havens. Havens in transition. Gives it to Freeman. Puts it up. Too strong. Rebound taken by Kress underneath. Back out to Temperley for three. Front of the rim, no good, but we have a whistle and a foul underneath. It is on Logan Kress in the low post. And it'll be Timberwolf basketball. 41-36. Belmont on top, 14-17 to play here in the second half. Tonight's broadcast, a YouTube-only broadcast on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. This was a late edition, but glad we could get it on. Turnaround by Davis. No good. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noah Copsey of River Ridge. It'll be Belmont basketball the other way. Inbounding for the Braves. It's Ian Austin. Gets it up to Thomas Freeman. Freeman. Outlet pass to Kress. Almost stolen. Good pressure defense by Copsey. Now we have a whistle and an offensive foul. It's charged to Logan Kress as he mowed down Cameron Reynolds. Now I'll admit, I say he mowed him down. I didn't really see it, but Cameron Reynolds went down hard. So I'm assuming. Maybe I have to watch the tape on that. We are on YouTube. Go back and watch it. 41-36. It's a change of possession foul, so River Ridge will get the ball back after the foul. Noah Copsey brings it up for the Timberwolves. Passes off to Davis. That was the third on Kress, so he checks out. Davis, step back three, and he knocks it down. His second three-pointer. Back the other way for Belmont. It's McNett, kicks it down to Freeman. Now passes off to Havens. Havens working out on the right wing, backs out. Good pressure defense by the Timberwolves again, by Brock Bungie. Freeman kicks it off to Austin. Wide open in the corner. It is McNett. Griffin McNett from downtown, his first bucket. 44-39 Belmont. 13:03 to play in the second half. Ball deflected, but keeping possession was Brock Bungie of the River Ridge Timberwolves. Now he spins, puts it off the window, and scores. Tough bucket in the lane by Bungie. Now Temperley brings it up for Belmont in transition. Bounce pass underneath. Freeman, double team, puts it up over two and almost scores. As Jackson White was draped all over Thomas Freeman. Freeman might have felt it. It was like a gnat, just, something buzzing around him. He'll shoot two here. That's the second personal charge to Jackson White. The first free throw is no good off the side iron. Sub comes in for the Timberwolves off the bench, Reese Drew. Also checking in is Lane Copsey. One more free throw here for Freeman. 10 points for Thomas Freeman. Free throw. No good, but offensive rebound. Ian Austin, he'll put it back, missed it. Gets it again, then it's stripped away underneath by Brandon Davis, and he'll lead the break the other way for the Timberwolves. Passes it off top of the key to Copsey. Now driving the lane, throwing it off the window. What a tough off-balance shot by Reese Drew. I mean, he was sprinting through the paint and just kind of threw it off the window. Havens now up the court, gives to Austin for three. He got it. Ian Austin's second three. 47-43 Belmont. 12:01 to play. Second half. It's our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube exclusive broadcast tonight. And wide open is Jackson White underneath, but missed the reverse layup. Rebound goes to Havens. Boone Havens gives it back to Wyatt Temperley, who walks the ball up the floor. Crossover dribble off a screen, faces double team, and it's stolen. Jackson White the steal. In transition, he lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Belmont. It'll stay Timberwolf basketball as Rickers comes in off the bench for the Braves. Inbounding is Davis. For Ridge, gets it in, top of the key to Lane Copsey for three, and he got it. Lane Copsey's second three, 6 points for him. 47-46, back to a 1-point game. We said that refrain a lot tonight. Belmont has consistently maintained a 1-point lead, but River Ridge is not going away, and now a nice drive by Freeman draws a foul. Missed the shot, but 2 free throws forthcoming. Foul is, I believe, on number 21, Jackson White. That'll be his third, so White in a bit of foul trouble. Both teams with 3 team fouls in the second half. First free throw by Freeman is good. He missed his first 2. One more coming up. Again, thanks for joining us tonight on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Glad to be with you. Rob Spangler from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House broadcast booth. Second free throw short. Rebound tipped around. Saved by the Timberwolves. Brandon Davis pushes it up. Gives it to White to Copsey. Cross-court pass over to Reese Drew. He'll launch a deep three. That one's in and out. Ball tipped back to Copsey. Offensive rebound. Now Davis is literally wide open for the easy layup. How in the world did he get that wide open? Holy cow. You know, a player like Brandon Davis you do not want to lose track of if you're Belmont. 48 apiece. We are tied. Back the other way. Weaving through traffic. Boone Havens has it stripped away. It's stolen. Outlet pass in traffic. Missing the layup attempt was Reese Drew, and Belmont gets the rebound, and quickly, Temperley up the floor the other end. He'll bank it high off the glass, and then it hits the cable above the rim and goes out of bounds. Tie game, 48 apiece. 10:22 to play here in this second half. Controlling the point for River Ridge, it is Brandon Davis. Crosses the timeline here. Passes it off. Controlling number 21, that is Jackson White. To Copsey, back to Davis. Thought about a three. Rotates over to the head of the wheel to Bungie. Now to Copsey. Copsey looks to attack, gets it to Jackson White. Jump step down the lane, missed it. Rebound boarded up by Rickers of Belmont. Now Temperley brings it up in transition, gives back to McNett, rotates over to Freeman. Freeman guarded by White. White being very aggressive for a man with 3 fouls. Turnaround, wow. What a beautiful turnaround move by Thomas Freeman in the paint. Put that one in, 50-48. Belmont back by 2. Ball is loose and stolen by Kress, but then stolen right back by Davis. Davis, cross-court pass to Copsey. Ooh. Griffin McNett lands on Copsey as he did a head fake, which drew McNett in the air and then tried to drive baseline, but McNett landed on it. McNett looks to be okay, and so does Copsey. Couple subs in for Belmont now. Havens back in. And also checking in is Ian Austin off the inbound. Taking it is Reese Drew. Pass underneath, shot blocked, out of bounds. Lane Copsey rather, listed at 5'7". That might be generous. Not disputing it, but he's definitely the shortest guy on the court. Brandon Davis has it out on the left wing. Crossover dribble, looking to attack, lost the handle. That'll be a turnover. Ball goes out of bounds. Unofficially now the 6th turnover of the game on River Ridge. They haven't turned it over much tonight. Belmont has 5 unofficially. Crossover dribble, Temperley brings it up for the Belmont Braves. Now to Austin for 3. No good. Hit the front of the rim, rolls off. Rebound taken by Davis. Bounce pass up ahead is stolen by Ian Austin. Gets it back to Boone Havens, and Havens bring the ball up the floor for Belmont. Passes it off. Left wing to Kress. In the corner to Austin. Back out to Kress. Now, top of the key, 3-pointer. Havens no good. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Austin. Austin had good box out position, but couldn't corral the ball. It rolled off his fingers out of bounds. Belmont putting a little press on, but Lane Copsey will take the inbound and cross the timeline with it. 50-48, Belmont by 2, 8:17 to go. Second half. Very competitive ball game here. It's really been a 1 or 2 point game throughout. 3-pointer in and out, no good. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Belmont. It'll stay River Ridge basketball. Noah Copsey comes into the game for Ridge, and checking back in Freeman for the Braves. Inbound play from the baseline. Davis throws it in, gets it into Copsey. Back up to White, top of the key. Now to Davis for 3. Head fake, drives baseline, layup, no good. Might have been partially blocked by Freeman. I know Davis wanted a foul, but no foul called. In transition, Temperley, 3 on the other end. No good. Rebound, Kress gets it out to Austin. Back out to Havens. Boone Havens. Hook pass to the corner. Gets it back at the top of the key. Now hands it off to Wyatt Temperley. Back to Havens. Bounce pass. Freeman posting up, facing a double team. Back out to Temperley. Back to Havens. Screen set by Freeman, which also doubles as blocking out the sun. Oh, like to have fun with the big fella. That's getting a screen set by Thomas Freeman is like, running into a wall. There was a foul there on River Ridge. That was on Jackson White, his 4th, so he has to come out. It was on that screen. Belmont will inbound from the baseline. Austin gets it, almost stolen by Noah Copsey. Good pressure defense. Back out to Temperley. Hands it off to Havens. Passes underneath to Freeman. Posting up on Davis. Powers it up, missed it, gets his own miss, puts it back, draws the foul. Oh, they called jump ball. Possession arrow favors Belmont. I thought there was definitely contact there. No foul called, but there was, and I see Brandon Davis and Thomas Freeman talking it over. I think both agreeing, there was some contact, but they're letting us play. Here's a 3 off the inbound. Good by Logan Kress. That's his first bucket of the game, 53-48. Belmont with the lead over River Ridge. 6:49 to play. Timberwolves still within striking distance. They'll shoot a 3 on the other end. That one is in and out, no good by Brock Bungie, but an offensive rebound to Copsey. He'll shoot a 3. He'll miss it. Logan Kress gets the rebound. He's triple teamed underneath. Almost lost it, but a timeout is called. As he was surrounded by 3 Timberwolves, it was like piranhas, or I guess wolves, all around him. And I thought we had a timeout taken on the floor. Well, there's maybe a dispute about there's no timeout taken, which doesn't bother me because I'm not taking any commercial breaks tonight, but I think there was confusion about who maybe called a timeout. Belmont has it. They lead it 53-48. Controlling out on the left wing, Austin posting up. Kress, head fake, Fadeaway, no good. Wyatt Temperley the rebound, though, an offensive board for the Braves. Back out to Austin. He'll launch a long three. It's off the top of the backboard, which means it's out of play. That'll give the ball back to River Ridge. (53-48). Belmont on top, 6:04 to play in the ball game. We're in the second half here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Spin move by Davis in the lane. Reverse layup by Copsey, no good. Offensive putback is no good. That one fired up by Reynolds. Rebound stripped away. Reynolds gets it back. Now he'll lay it up for two. Cameron Reynolds, even though he didn't score initially, he kind of laid in the weeds to get the steal and the score. And now we have a whistle and a foul. This is on Brock Bungie as Boone Havens brought the ball up the floor. That's the second foul against Bungie tonight. Team sixth. 53-50. Belmont by 3. Temperley underneath the Freeman. Lost the handle out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by River Ridge. Stays Belmont ball. Inbound, or a sub coming in for the Braves here. It is McNett. Inbounding from the baseline left. Havens for the Braves. Gets it into Freeman. Freeman going to drive baseline left. Fade away. Good. Nice touch from the big man. The big rig driving down the baseline. 55-50. Belmont by 5. 5:14 to play in the second half. Pass off to the right wing. Controlling. It is Copsey. It's Noah Copsey to Davis. Shot blocked by Thomas Freeman. Rebound taken by Kress, and then he is fouled. Going to call a reach in on Cameron Reynolds. And that is team foul number 7, so we will go to the free throw line. Game brought to you by Veterinary Associates of Hazel Green and Galena. Also Lyle Financial Group in Platteville, new sponsors. Dave's Auto Body of Belmont. They offer top quality collision repair, minor automotive repair work as well, and a selection of pre-driven vehicles. That's Dave's Auto Body in Belmont. At the line to shoot the 1-and-1, Kress. First one, back iron, no good. Rebound, Davis of River Ridge. Goes out of bounds, last touch by Belmont. Game brought to you by Doan's Auto Care Center. Patrick Doan can assist you with all your vehicle maintenance, batteries, coolant flushes, oil changes, tires, and more. Doan's Auto Care Center, Patrick Doan, Belmont. Excuse me. Getting all choked up. 55-50, Belmont on top of River Ridge. 4:54 to play. Still time in this game. River Ridge not down that much. Noah Copsey, he'll dribble in amongst the trees, lost the handle, and now the ball is tied up. That is Cameron Reynolds. Looked to me like they were going to call a jump ball, then called a foul on Freeman. Second personal on Freeman tonight. Team's 5th. Inbounding baseline left, it is Davis. He'll get it in to Bungie. Back to Davis. Davis looking to attack, spin move, up and under. Shot blocked by Freeman. Out of bounds, they say last touch by Belmont. Sub comes in for the Timberwolves, checking in Jackson White. He does have 4 personals, so has to be cognizant of that. Inbound play taken by Noah Copsey. 4:29 to play. Copsey drives baseline. Kicks it out to White for 3. Got it! Jackson White from downtown. His second 3 makes it a 3-point game. 55-52. That must have been a 2. I thought it was a 3. It must have been a 2 because, yeah, it was 55-50 before. Here comes a fadeaway by Freeman in the lane. No good. Offensive rebound out to Havens. That's no good. Another offensive rebound by Temperley. 3 now by McNett. Good! Griffin McNett with his second three. 58-52. Belmont on top. 3:46 left here in the second half. Controlling out on the right wing for River Ridge, it is Bungie. Stops his dribble. Gets it back out to Davis. Davis looking to work, looking to spin. Foul. And the basket. Chance at a three-point play by Brandon Davis. (58-54). Belmont leading River Ridge by 4. Free throw is good. Make it a 3-point game. Brandon Davis racking up another nice night statistically. Almost gets a steal there. Havens, pull-up jumper for Belmont. Good. Just inside the 3-point line, Boone Havens knocks down a field goal. Makes it 60-55, back to a 5-point Brave lead. Davis, step back three, left wing, money! Brandon Davis. What a shot. We have a whistle and a foul. This is on Brock Bungie. It'll be his third. 60-58 the score. Belmont by 2 with 2:57 to play. Back to the free throw line because the bonus is in effect. That was the 8th team foul, so Boone Havens goes back to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. First half is good. One more coming up for Boone Havens. That one is good. He hits both of them. 62-58. Belmont on top, 2:49 to play. And now a steal by Thomas Freeman. Wow, what a defensive play. Gets it back to Havens. Crossover dribble by Havens. Guarded by Bungie. Back to Freeman out on the right wing. Freeman looking to back his way down. Ball poked away from him by Jackson White. Out of bounds. It'll stay Belmont basketball. Braves inbound it to Logan Kress. Oh, hands it off to Wyatt Temperley. That'll be an over and back violation. As Temperley lost the handle, had to dive on it in the backcourt. 62-58, Belmont leading by 4 with 2:21 to play in this one. I have a feeling this may be coming right down to the wire. Davis to inbound. Gets it to Jackson White. Back to Davis. Working one-on-one on McNett. Goes baseline. Shot rejected out of bounds by Thomas Freeman. Freeman with the help side defense. Bringing the big eraser for the big rig. 62-58. I believe that is his 5th block of the game. Pass underneath Jackson White. Missed it. Rebound loose. Putting it back is Noah Copsey for 2. And we have a whistle and I think a timeout taken on the floor. It is a full timeout with 1:59 to play. We have a good one. 62-60 is the score. Belmont leading River Ridge with 1:59 to play in the second half here on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We want to thank our sponsors tonight. As I flip the page, Cunis Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Platteville. They power our audio stream. Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. They're open Monday through Saturday. Head to Cunis in Platteville. Also TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb in Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. They have hardwood flooring, stair installation, refinishing, Call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. That's Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Back to action here from Belmont High School on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We have a 1-point game, a 2-point game, 62-60. With a minute 58 left, taking the inbound was Boone Havens. He's fouled on the inbound immediately by Brock Bungie. Picked up his 4th, so one more for Bungie, and he is done. And to the free throw line, it's going to be Havens after he gets his shoe back on. That is the 9th foul, so one more on River Ridge, and the double bonus will be in effect, but this is a 1-and-1 still. First half is good. Boone Havens, the sophomore, having a sensational game. Second one is short, batted around, and River Ridge comes up with it. 63-60, Belmont by 3, minute 50 to play. Copsey pushes it up the floor for the Timberwolves, gives it off to Davis. Stop and pop for 3, back iron, no good. Freeman the rebound. Freeman lost it for a second, now it's loose on the floor. River Ridge comes away with it. Now Davis, he'll spin in the paint. Cross-court pass to White for 3 and missed everything. Crest the rebound. And it's Temperley bringing it up the floor. Passes it ahead to Havens for 3. Back iron, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay River Ridge basketball. Minute 18 to play. River Ridge has it down 3, 63-60. Davis into the front court. Stops on the right wing. Passes underneath. Wide open. Layup good. That was a good pick and roll as Cameron Reynolds gets the layup at the rim. 63-62. 1-point lead for Belmont. Quickly up the floor. Kress just about lost it. Temperley saves it. Now out to McNett. To Freeman, top of the key. Passes off to Havens. Havens dribbling through traffic. Backs out. Gives it to Freeman underneath. Powers it up. Offensive foul called on Thomas Freeman. Belmont does not like it. River Ridge likes it. Well, you know how those calls are, those 50-50s. 63-62. This game is 50-50. Belmont leads by a point, 27 seconds left. Brandon Davis working one-on-one. Out on the right wing. Directing traffic. Now a timeout going to be taken by Dan Morris of River Ridge with 20.9 seconds left. The Timberwolves, if they can knock down a shot in these final 20 seconds, and ideally if you're River Ridge, you want to milk the clock as long as possible, you can escape with a win over a number 5 ranked team in the state, the Belmont Braves, who are number 5 in Division 5. The Belmont student section imploring the Belmont adults to get up and make some noise. Yeah, an electric atmosphere here at Belmont High School tonight. 63-62, Belmont by a point. See how quick River Ridge is to try to score. If I'm Ridge, I think I'm letting the clock burn down as much as possible before letting Brandon Davis take that final shot. That would be my game plan, but Dan Morris knows his team better than I do, so we'll see what happens. Davis to inbound for the Timberwolves. Gets it in. Inbound to Reynolds. Reynolds to Jackson White. Now to Davis. 14 seconds left. Davis, he is milking that clock. He's whacking out towards half court. Now drives in the lane. Floater good! With 5 seconds left. The clock actually went down to 4.3. Almost wonder if they might add just a bit of time to the clock. So when I looked, it looked to me like there was 5 seconds, and then it went down to 4.3. They let an extra tick come off. The officials haven't said anything. They are talking to each other right now. But, no, not going to add any time to the clock. So Belmont will have 4.3 seconds left to answer back. Down 1, 64-63. River Ridge leads by a point. Well, it's all going to come down to this. And this is what you live for if you're a fan of high school basketball. These last-second moments. For Belmont, nerve-wracking. Who do you want it in the hands of if you're Belmont? You don't need a 3, so I'd say Thomas Freeman. I'd try to get it inside to the big fella, but with 4.3 seconds left, not a lot of time to traverse the court. And now a timeout will be taken by Dan Morris after the timeout by Bo Books. So he saw the alignment and is now going to talk to his team about what they want to do. Yeah, but if I'm, well, I called the shot by Davis, right? Best player on the Timberwolves team, no doubt. Took the shot, made it with 4.3 seconds left now. And if I'm Belmont again, I try to get it to the big rig, big fella. You don't need a 3. The problem is you have to traverse the length of the court with 4.3 seconds, so there's not a lot of time. There's a little bit of time, but not a lot. Griffin McNeck to inbound, and he'll throw it deep down the court. It's intercepted by Jackson White, and he's fouled immediately with 2.8 seconds left by Freeman. Freeman had to basically bear hug him. That's the 4th on Freeman, and that's what McNett was going for. He was going for the deep pass to Freeman, but he overshot him. Just too far, and that's when you're throwing those bomb passes. Those are hard. First free throw is good. That makes it a 2-point game now, 65-63. And this one would make it a 3-point game with 2.8 seconds left. It is no good. Freeman the rebound. Timeout taken immediately by Belmont with 2.6 seconds left. Now, where's the inbound going to happen? Because Freeman was around the free throw line, it looked like, when he got the rebound. He's in the paint, actually, when he got the rebound. But do they move it out closer to half court? If they do, that benefits Belmont, because then not as far to travel. A 3 would win it. A 2 would tie it and send it to overtime. I wouldn't argue with that. Some bonus basketball tonight. This has been a fun game. River Ridge trying to hang on with an upset over the number 5 team in Division 5 here on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And we'll see what happens in the final 2.5 seconds. Clock is, okay, there we go. I was like, the clock said 25 seconds. I'm like, well, that would change things, but no. All right, inbounding is Wyatt Temperley for the Braves. Gets it in to Havens. Havens, half quarter at the buzzer, no good. And it's an upset win. River Ridge knocks off Belmont, 65-63. Belmont hadn't lost since 10 games ago. And now their winning streak snapped. They lose their second conference game. And River Ridge still technically in the mix in the conference now. It's 7-3. Belmont falls to 9-2 with an incredible come-from-behind win. River Ridge 65, Belmont 63 on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And Brandon Davis, the big star of the game for River Ridge, hits the game-winning shot at the end. A little surprised they went for a half quarter. I think they could have gotten a little closer on that last shot, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. Again, your final 65-63, River Ridge over Belmont here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Well, we're going to continue with our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show in a moment. First, though, some sponsors to thank. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full-service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts, Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer, Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, and at sloans.com. Also, Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian, Josh Busher, Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. People's State Bank, personal, home, business, ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's salutes local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional friendly service. Also, our game brought to you by Rundy Plumbing and Heating of Belmont. For all of your agricultural, commercial, residential needs, call Rundy Plumbing and Heating of Belmont. Joe's Overhead Doors and Seamless Gutters of Belmont. They congratulate the Braves on their successful season. Joe's Overhead Doors and Seamless Gutters in Belmont. Well, we would normally take a commercial break right about now, but we're on YouTube, so no commercial break at the moment. But, actually, you know what? We can take a commercial break. I just realized. Let's see if we can take one here. Yeah. There we go. We'll take a quick break. Be back with more of our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show next here on the Queen Bee Radio Sports.
State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
And welcome back. It is the Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Rob Spangler with you from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House. We'll hand out our awards in a moment, but first, time to run down postgame stats. We'll start with the host Belmont Braves, who fall 65-63 in a thriller to River Ridge. Leading the way for the Braves, Boone Havens, 25 points. He scored 20 of those in the first half. Really an incredible first half effort. 20 points for Havens in the first half, finishes with 25. Belmont only had a 1-point lead, believe it or not, at halftime, despite that 20-point outburst, 34-33. This was razor thin throughout. Also in double figures for the Braves, Thomas Freeman, the big rig, 15 points for Thomas Freeman. 8 points for Wyatt Temperley, 6 for Ian Austin and Griffin McNett, and 3 points for Logan Kress. Unofficially had Belmont with 8 turnovers for the game. Now for River Ridge, leading the way, Brandon Davis, second leading scorer in the game with 23 points. Led all scorers for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves did have a balanced scoring attack, though. Brock Bungie with 9. Reese Drew also 9. Jackson White was 7 off the bench. And then 6 for Cameron Reynolds, 4 for Noah Copsey, and 5 for Lane Copsey off the bench. That rounds out scoring for River Ridge. Unofficially had them with 8 turnovers for the game. Again, the final 65-63 River Ridge knocks off Belmont. Their last loss coming to Barneveld 10 games ago. They were on a 10-game winning streak, were the Braves, and had climbed up in the state rankings 5th in Division 5. And River Ridge takes them down tonight in a big-time matchup. All right, time to hand out some awards. Our MVP of the game, most valuable player, it's brought to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. And our MVP tonight is Brandon Davis. Not only 23 points, he was the second leading scorer in the game behind Boone Havens of Belmont, but he had the game-winning shot. And nothing screams MVP like that. So Brandon Davis, our MVP tonight. Now, as far as our scrapper of the game, I think we have to give that one to Boone Havens, who played a whale of a game. 20 first-half points, finished with 25, a game high. He's our scrapper of the game. That's brought to you by West End Salvage, player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. And our Tri-Core turning point, well, that is an easy one. It is the game-winning shot, down 1 point with not a whole lot of time left. It was 22 seconds remaining in the ball game. River Ridge had it, called timeout, burned the clock, kind of like I thought they might. Put it in the hands of their main man, Brandon Davis, kind of like we thought they might. He would wait, take the last shot. He hit it, a floater in the paint, and he wins it. That is our Tri-Core turning point. He scored the bucket with 4.3 seconds left. I actually thought the clock had maybe close to 5 seconds, but it had burned off another second before Belmont was able to get the timeout called. And so that was your final score, 65-63 after that shot from Brandon Davis. And again, River Ridge wins over Belmont tonight. That's our Tri-Core turning point. Brought to you by Tri-Core Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tri-Core Insurance. Well, that'll about do it for our Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show. This was a fun one tonight. Belmont, number 5 team in Division 5, falls to River Ridge in the ultra-competitive Six Rivers Western Conference. Belmont now falls to 15-2 on the year, 9-2 in the Six Rivers Conference. River Ridge improves to 11-6 and 7-3 in conference play. That'll do it for us tonight. You take care. Have a great rest of your night. This has been the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, and that will do it for our broadcast. Have a great rest of your night. No, we're good. I already signed off